I really am right now next to Peterbot and Clicks, as you can see. Fellas, just for a second, put down the pickaxes. Just relax for a second, okay? This rivalry, just chill. We've got two great competitors here, eager to get out there on the main stage. Clicks, I come to you first, dude. It's been a road to get here. You know, you and Venno are looking strong. How are you feeling going into this Global Championships? Everyone out there screaming your name. This must feel like $1 million.
Yeah, I know. It definitely feels good. Unfortunately, we are contested. We figured that out 2 days ago, but we can make the most out of it and see where it goes.
Do you have to train strategy right there in the moment as well? Have you got kind of things planned, how you're going to do that quickly on the fly?
Yeah, I mean, when you play with someone like Venno, you don't need to worry about any of that stuff. He's the brain of the duo, so he knows what we're doing.
Okay, and Peterbot as well. I mean, you guys have come into this back-to-back, major champions. You and Pollo have been dominating. I mean, he's smiling over at Clicks. I can see this as well. I can feel it. You must feel amazing going into this as well. I mean, you guys, eliminations, you guys are strong going into this. How do you feel?
Feel good, and I'm confident, and I think we're going to win.
The raft is looking busy. There's a lot of duos going into the same spot. Is that a good thing for you guys in terms of surge and things? Are you kind of eager to have that happen and prove right off the bounce that you guys are ready to contend for that title?
Yeah, I mean, like, the 4 teams won't really be an issue for us because, I think we are going to be chilling on our side of raft and get the mythic dog every game. And we'll be seeing Clicks at forecast. Will
you be going to forecast? That's the big question. Is that what's going to happen? Clicks, what can you give us in terms of insight from you guys?
I mean, he's going to die off spawn, so there's only going to be one team at forecast. That's me, us. So,
And I want to ask you guys as well.
I think you're triple con, brother. So I don't know if you're going to make it off spawn as well.
I want to ask you guys as well, fighting talk prior to going into this. I'm going to ask you both, keep it clean, obviously. Going into this, what do you want to say to Clicks first, Peterbot? Anything you want to say to this competitor across the way?
I mean, there's nothing to say. He knows who I am, and he knows he's going to lose off spawn. And if he does make it off spawn, then we'll be at the forecast ready.
Okay, Clicks, coming to you as well. Anything you want to say to this fine chap here on the right-hand side?
I mean, he's new to this game. He's only been playing for, what, 2 years? OG like me, 6 years in, competing in almost every tournament. You already know how it's going to be. Don't even say it. Don't even say it.
The FNCS wins, and you have 0, and you've been playing for an extra couple years.
Okay. I mean, Clicks, what are you going to say to that?
When you're at the top, stuff happens that you don't want to happen, like shooting out a vending. I've
got one last thing as well before going back to the desk, okay? Is it true, can you confirm right now that next year we're going to see Clicks and Peterbot teaming up side by side?
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's the new duo.
That's the new duo. That's out.
And we'll see it, 15K a month, I'm down.
You heard it right there, the exclusive together, Peterbot and Clicks. We're going to see it. Back to you guys.
The 3, right? So they are doing things that we haven't seen for a very, very long time. And I mean, the way that they're doing it as well, each and every season, they seem to put themselves in the best drop spot on the map. We want the best medallion, we want the best weapons as well. I mean, look at that, Major number 2, they have the Dash medallion, Major number 3, they have the Shield medallion, by far the best medallion on the map. Now, again today, landing at the raft, they are triple, maybe double contested by a couple of other teams. And this medallion, the reveal medallion, is so, so good. It just reveals all players around you. And for a team that's elimination heavy like these guys, W King.
They're on a come up this year. They're doing good. I think they can sneak in a top 3 here if they play their best.
It's Peterbot, it's Pollo, make some noise for Word. Chapter 5 has been theirs with back-to-back championships. Now they're looking to keep that streak continuing. Man. Clearly they have the advantage. Clearly they even have the respect of the teams landing here not to step center foot into their location.
It's only a matter of time though. More pressure he might encounter. Muzz is gonna find himself into a sticky situation. Peterbot goes huge there though off the SETI.
8 eliminations now for Peterbot and Pollo here. Peterbot still going, nearly finding another one there. Just moments away now from a top 5 here. Can he do it as a solo? He's getting spotted out though. Armor wall comes down. Another weak player in front of him. Oh, he got tagged. Never powered out. It was so close. But now the focus comes into who will win game 1. Hey, Peterbot, man. I don't know what Peterbot is about, but I do now. In those final moments, Pollo goes down and you have the solo clutch, and he pulled it off.
And
for Peterbot to take down Clicks in game number 1. You know that there was definitely some emotions going high right there, but Peterbot, if he is down into a solo, I mean, he's honestly a duo as a single player.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, both of these players have the ability to do this, solo clutches. And in big events like this, 12-game formats, these solo clutches are going to be so vital in getting these guys into a really nice position. I must say, this burst assault rifle x Peterbot is a crazy combo. It shouldn't be allowed because he's so good with that. And then even towards these endgame situations, taking out Seti there at that final few moments just to keep himself going. Of course, too little, too late towards the end, but really great start from him.
I mean, their strategy is just so clean from the start. Landing rep, getting the coin.
Yeah, those extra layers right there. But look at this, Clicks and Vino catching up with a tear there. Peterbot and Pollo find Yuma as well, effectively taking down some of that immediate competition, right? You want to start dropping those players that are up at the top of the standings if you want to jump over them. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very hard to do, but they are doing just that. Meanwhile, the wider shot tells us the whole story. There's an indestructible bridge separating the high ground layers from the lows.
And Pico Flixie, he didn't manage to find the victory royale. Covered this one. Just too much pre-existing pressure. But Peterbot could go massive here. Acorn's gonna get caught out, and Peterbot gets the shutdown.
Oh, but someone comes from behind and down.
Merstash now trying to make their approach towards Queasy and Thomas. Meanwhile, Peterbot Pollo, they're currently sitting inside a top 3, third place to be specific, and they're gonna instantaneously take over the hill. Prime position, also catching shots, tags, connecting onto Queasy. But the hill height is the real W here.
Well, I hate to call it early, but it is not looking good for the lobby if you're rooting against Peterbot and Pollo right now.
But unfortunately, he won't even get a chance to reconsider where he wants to go next. Peterbot and Pollo more than content to take the shutdown.
And they're the team up top, looking down on the rest of the lobby here. Other NA players still here, Reet and Ritual. But you have EU's Huddy on the front side with Kovacs there. Peterbot looking down, putting tags onto the roofs of these builds. Huddy and Kovacs have 7 eliminations, but very little material now. It's gonna get super scrappy down here. They're in that conversation of top 5 here, though, as they've managed to nearly fight their way into a top position now. But things are slowing down. Everyone really thinking about what the next move's gonna be, what's best for their situation here in the tournament. Merstash, Malabuka look up, they say no. Peterbot and Pollo are still there.
Huddy and Kovacs, they're actually gonna opt to play from inside Storm. Now they're gonna make their move, but they're so late on this rotate. Peterbot and Pollo are bound to catch wind of this. Immediately, the shots rain in. Kovacs trying to scurry around, but he won't escape. There's too much pressure. Peterbot too accurate as well. Another duo life getting flamed here in the mix. Merstash, Malabuka now caught wind of Reet. Unfortunately, front side of zone is not going to be controlled by Reet and Ritual much longer. Malabuka, Merstash here to play.
Yeah, and they did all that for a top 5, right? Look at how slow things have gone here because everyone wants placement points, but the problem is now you're giving Peterbot and Pollo so much more time to decide about how they basically want to win this game here.
Ritual still trying to work his way through. He's crouching, he's breaking the builds, but Peterbot and Pollo MDF, I hate to call it early, but they are looking primed to take over here in match 3. Unless Merstash and Malabuka have something to say about it. Currently contesting Yapko and Swizzy. This could be a massive refresh for builds.
Swizzy and Yapko, 8 elims. What a monstrous game for them here. Top 3, breaking his way through the builds here. He still has a lot of gas in the tank here to work with, but Malabuka and Merstash put up such a strong defense there. A great tag onto Merstash to go in and set things up, but he steps in now. It's time to throw it all down. It's all or nothing. Right hand peek here for Merstash is going to work well. Peterbot and Pollo jump down from the high ground to go and get in the mix. One of those goes to them. Merstash is down. Malabuka's down. 2v2. All they got to do now is find the last shot, and Pollo, hungrier than ever, is going to get one. They just need the second now.
Peterbot, Pollo, they're tracking him down. Swizzy staring just a layer above. Pollo's gonna fall though. This could be massive. Swizzy could actually take it, but Peterbot trying to shut that dream down. Peterbot,
oh my God,
is all he needs. Swizzy takes it home.
where they're not getting that whole POI to themselves.
As well for Clix and Veno at this stage.
I was gonna say barely holding on, but Veno was there still. Just Flowberry Fizz, the refreshes now. Things are starting to come together. Peterbot's got his eyes on the prize here, though. This is the villain arc for Peterbot right now, unfolding before our eyes here. He continues to swing his way through this crevice here, but no! Doesn't take the first shot as a warning, and that's a huge mistake now. The first mistake we have actually...
Looking at those two teams at the top.
Of the teams on the other side as well. And look at this, the low ground spot for Peterbot and Pollo, just so content, but now they're looking for high ground.
But the real winners of that exchange, Queasy, Thomas, Vico, Flixie, they all eliminate each other, so now it's just up to Pollo and Peterbot to see what they can do. Bolt and Bryce, though, firm grasp of the high ground, doing what they can to just try and shred through the players underneath. Dukes scrambling, barely managing to throw up some wood above his head, keep him safe for the time being. But at the same time, Peterbot and Pollo, they are titans on this low ground currently.
So Peterbot has to get an elimination here and then go for high ground if he wants to do something, but these teams are not making it easy. Meanwhile, Watson Pings are getting active from the low ground, though the shots are coming in. Peterbot and Pollo find the first few, and there's still points to be earned here, and Pollo wants them all. It's gonna make a huge, huge difference here. Secures the material count as well. That's gonna set Peterbot up for just enough. Bolt and Bryce have been here before. Bryce specifically has won games in person on land. I called it before, this is the team that you have to look out for. They are so talented. However, Peterbot and Pollo just, I mean, they've been ahead of the pack so far.
But Peterbot and Pollo, they got the most recent refreshes.
Pollo's
Granted, everyone's building, everyone's burning through it, but Pollo strikes first. Bryce is gonna fall. Peterbot understanding it's all down to Bolts to try and clutch this one up, but it's Peterbot and Pollo after all.
Bolts has been here, though. He knows what to do. Don't give him a chance to heal. You have to fight back. Armored walls come out. They have a little bit more map, but Peterbot has too much to work with. Another armored wall. Bolts has an angle. Can he get it? No! Peterbot won't drop it twice.
Peterbot and Pollo strike yet again on the day. Match number 5, and the victory royale belongs to them. First place continuing to extend itself, and that is the real difference maker here today, MDF. We can see our big winners on the screen right now, and Adam's there.
Would you please, Fort Worth, make some noise again for Peterbot and Pollo! Oh, do you know what? I love those moments because this crowd wanted that to happen. Pollo, the Flowberry push there. You guys were low ground, you pushed on through. Talk us through the moment there and when you make that call and how that happens between you guys.
Yeah, I think it was the zone pulled back, so we had like old builds to use to go up, and I was able to get like a good angle to kill one.
Elimination-wise as well, you guys are consistent there. Standings as well. Peterbot, how would exactly, I'm sure there's so many aspiring Fortnite players here as well. It's just constant for you guys. Major wins. What is the magic, the secret sauce that is really making you guys, ensuring you get to these top spots right now?
I'm not gonna lie, we have the Mythic every season, you know what I'm saying? And me with the Mythic, I'm just unstoppable, you know what I'm saying? I get so many eliminations and stuff, so yeah.
Dangerous out there. As well, I'm going to talk about there being this experience right now because you guys have been consistent. We're going to see, I'm sure, a lot more over the course of this weekend. Pollo, what's it been like for you as well? You feel the crowd out there. One more time, Fort Worth, let them hear you guys. It's for you, buddy. They're amazing, by the way. And I mean, this must be a lot of wind in your sails as well. How does it feel to be performing in front of this crowd here at Global Championships?
It feels amazing, especially getting a win. It's like hype, and then like on the walkout, everyone is cheering for us. Yeah, it feels great.
Okay, and I want you one more time. Anything you want to say to people, to the crowd right now, to get them even more hype than they are already?
Hey, I appreciate you guys, and yeah, we're winning this right now.
There you go. Give it up for Peterbot and Pollo! GG's, fellas. Again, lots more to get excited about here. These guys crushed it. I'm sure they'll continue to do so. Lots more games to go, though. One more left today.
Damage threshold, if not even more so, piling up against them. All the while, Peterbot continuing to claim as many eliminations as possible throughout the course of the day. These guys have been leading the charge here. Peterbot goes for another one.
Oh my
it just
God.
doesn't seem like Analex was prepared in the slightest.
I can just hear the reaction through the headphones of what's going on here in the arena. Clearly the crowd is starting to rally with Peterbot now. Just take a look at that. And the first emote.
Reveal Medallion just doing so much. Strawberry Fizz as that emergency exit plan, but Pollo, Peterbot across the way, spotting out Kanata and Cooper. The Reveal Medallion just doing so much as far as helping them to establish exactly which teams, which players they want to aggress.
They are strategically choosing who to target, given that they have all the information that they need. Meanwhile, Geras and Shari are saying, oh, we have a chance to win if we can get out high ground. And they look up. Peterbot spots out Kanata inside the zone, gets a little bit of damage, figures the zone will do the rest. Now focus comes in on the low ground, and it's so smart for them to be down here. They're just earning so many points now that they are jumping towards the 400-point threshold here.
Just in the eliminations alone, they've got 7 between the two of them. Geras as a solo, bound to be marked any second here if he hasn't been already. Pollo, not even gonna bother, instantly goes for the left side edit peak, gets all the credit onto that Geras elimination, and now just a raw 2 versus 2 up against the likes of Agers and Rise.
Peterbot and Pollo went from second to first, and now, at minimal, a second place, but Pollo is always the first to kick off the fight, and he does it in spectacular fashion. Now Peterbot steps up to the plate. Agers is hurt. One edit, it's all it's gonna take here to put him down, but Armor Wall comes through to get his teammate the full reset here. He says, hey, let's not rush it. And then they jump down, focusing up to high ground here shortly. Give it a moment now. Peterbot and Pollo side by side here. Rise and Agers starting to fizzle it off. Pressure coming in from the low ground. They're running out of materials. Armor walls are done. They're depleted.
Still decent amount of space for Peterbot and Pollo to work with. Keep in mind, Pollo also still has those 4 armored walls, but as far as the health bar is concerned, Peterbot, Pollo, they are fully in the driver's seat. But that doesn't mean that Rise and Agers couldn't turn this one in their favor. They also need a massive game here to finish strong on the leaderboard.
Definitely, this is gonna be a significant moment now. How do you close out day number 1? Second and first, very impactful differences here. Peterbot and Pollo start to swing their way up. They get the angle that they're looking for. Pollo, once again, doesn't quite find it. Peterbot's hurt, though. It's a low ground attack. Pollo by himself here, but the trade from Peterbot up top, he has done what he needed to. And Pollo takes down Agers and clutches out the win from the low ground with back-to-back dubs.
Pollo said it himself. I don't need to worry when I've got Peterbot next to me, and Peterbot could say the same fashion. As long as he's got his duo Pollo, these two can always try to reestablish control, and they took this last game by force.
One more time, back-to-back victory royales. Give it up for Peterbot and Pollo! Fellas, I seem to chat to you a lot on this day one of this competition, and I'm loving it because what we're seeing out there, doesn't matter if it's high ground, low ground, mid, you guys are in control. Pollo, walk us through the last part of that game there. I mean, it just seemed that, you know, even though you were on the low, you managed to control things perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it was like last game too. We waited for old builds, and then we went up. We were able to like crack them. Peter got a kill, and then the other one just 50.
I mean, we celebrate. Glad there's people are really screaming your name over that. Someone literally shouted Peter, the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. And rightly so, by the way. Obviously, Pollo as well. Let's get the credit where it's due. A teammate like Pollo, what's it been like competing this year, in this competition? Give him his props. How great is this as a duo teammate?
I mean, he's the best teammate possible. I mean, he gets eliminations. He's like a good like IGL when I need it. You know, like we're kind of like, we both make calls, and you know, like we're like the best team.
We're looking ahead to tomorrow now. Today, I mean, you guys have cemented yourselves top of that leaderboard. It is looking mighty fine indeed. What do you do tonight? How do you guys kind of like regroup ahead of tomorrow? I mean, do you need to regroup at this point? Are you just going to play it exactly the same way? Pollo, how do things happen tonight? What happens tomorrow?
There's always room for improvement. We're going to look like games tonight and then see what we can do tomorrow.
And Peterbot, you are steps away. Tomorrow, someone's going to lift that trophy. How do you think it's going to be you guys? How close do you think you're going to come to it?
That'll be us. It won't be close. I mean, we're ahead by a lot. and tomorrow we're gonna come out winning.
Fort Worth, do you think Peterbot and Pollo could go all the way? Could they go all the way? I think they think that you could. Look, congratulations again. Fantastic way. One more time. Our Game 6 winners, Peterbot and Pollo! What a way to wrap things up here on the main stage today. Back-to-back dubs for the guys here. Who knows who will get that tomorrow? We'll have to find out. For now, though, back to Zeke and the gang. What a day one.
How did we let this happen? How have we allowed Pollo, Peterbot to get a second place